Hi guys, it's Mrs. Ramos, your science teacher for the Aspire team. For today's lesson, I am performing 5 demos. There is a doc in the Google Classroom that I want you to use to follow along with these 5 demos. They're demos that I'll perform here in class, but I want you to predict what you think is going to happen. And I also want you to take a crack at trying to explain the science behind why those things happen. So let me give you a moment to open up the Google Doc. It's called Teacher Demos. Why does that happen? Give you a moment to find that. And I'll set up the first demo. Okay. And it's up to you. I know some students like to split the screen between the recording that you see of me and your doc, or toggle between the two. It's up to you. And of course, because my what I'm doing is recorded, you can always rewind if you need to. Okay, so the first demo is called Paper Clips. And here's my question to you. And this is for you to predict. I'm going to show you what I have set up in front of me. I've got a cup of water, and I've got a bunch of paper clips, lots of paper clips, in fact. And I want you to predict how many paper clips will it take before the water in this cup that's filled to the tippity top. In fact, I'm going to fill it a little bit closer to the tippity top. Do you see the water going in there? Tippity top. Okay. How many paper clips will it take before the water spills over the rim? Take a moment and make your prediction. Okay, I'm going to start. And I'll put the paper clips in. Here's one. No spilling. 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the water on the rim? It's not. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Had any of you predicted 10 paper clips would make it overflow? It's not that. I'll keep going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to get some more. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You see that water move? Not 20. How about 25, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25? It's not spilling over, is it? 26, 27, 28, 29, 30? Nothing? You know, this is a box of 100 paper clips. Why don't I make sure all 100 can go in there? Check to see. Is the water spilling over? Oh boy, that's about 50. We've got about 70. Can you see that? That's about 80. It's 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. There are 100 paper clips. The water didn't spill out. Huh. Go back to your document, and in the last column where it says, can you explain the science behind it? Take a try. Try and explain why the paper clips did not force the water to spill over the tippity top. And it was full. I filled it right to the tippity top. And I'm not going to tell you anything yet. Be thinking about it. I'm going to set up demo number 2 for you. Okay, I've got 2 graduated cylinders here, both filled to just about 100 milliliters of a liquid. And I am going to drop in a blue cube. Notice what the blue cube does. Oh, you should predict. What do you think the blue cube will do when I drop it into the water? And this is where I'm asking you to predict, will it sink or float? Make your prediction. The blue cube will. And here we go. All right. Orange cube, will it sink or float? And I'll drop it in. What? What's the science behind this? In this liquid, the blue cube sank. In this liquid, the orange cube floated. Can you explain the science behind that? Put that in your document. That was demo number 2. Can you explain the science behind that? Next demonstration is called the pendulum. This is not just one pendulum. There are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pendulums. And I want you to predict what will happen when I make all these pendulums swing. I'm going to make them all swing at the same time. What do you think they'll do? There are 9 of them. And let me just make sure that you can see them from the top to the bottom there. All right, I'm going to give them a push so they can start to swing. And watch. Whoa. Woo. Whoops. Now they're going back to that snake kind of formation. Seems like they're all swinging independently. Oh, look at that. Oh, can you explain the science behind this? This pendulum with 9 individual pendula, it's called a wave pendulum. It's actually creating a wave. Can you explain the science behind these patterns? Oh, it's almost going back to a straight line here. Let me stop them. That's a wave pendulum. If you're interested in watching more of these, you could always go onto YouTube and find people who've built all sorts of wave pendulums. Some really big, some are small, some use glow-in-the-dark types of balls or washers at the bottom. Check them out. They're really cool. What's the science behind them? That was demo number 3. Okay, let me get them back here. Demo number 4, I've called the jar. Let me set that up for you. Okay. I've got a birthday candle here, burning brightly, and a little bit of clay to make it stand up straight. And I want you to predict what's going to happen when I put this jar upside down over the candle. Write that in your, type that in your doc. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, got your prediction? Now let's see what happens. Hey, this is the cool thing about science. You wonder about something and then you try it out. Ready? Well, would you look at that? Now in the last column of your doc, explain the science behind that. Science is cool. And something that might look like a magic trick really isn't magic. It can be explained with science. In the last demo, I want to show you something that are called hydrophilic polymers. I want to show you what they look like. I have a couple of them in my hand. Can you see them? They're clear. They don't have any color. They're clear and they're pretty small. Now, they're a little tough to see, but there's one and there's another one. Okay. So a little earlier today, about 2.5 hours or so ago, I dropped these hydrophilic polymers into a beaker of water. I want you to predict, what do you think happens when you put these in water? I'm going to drop those 2 that I had in the palm of my hand and drop them right in there. So there's some that I dropped in, like I said, about 2.5 hours ago. What do you think happens to them? Predict. Okay, now I'm going to reach into the water and pull some of those hydrophilic polymers out, see what they look like. What? What? What has happened to them? Look at that. Now I'm going to put them on the surface of the lab table. Look at there, a little bouncy. What? What did they do? Can you explain the science behind these hydrophilic polymers? Awesome. So thanks for watching. I am not quite going to explain yet the science behind them. I will soon, but I want you to be thinking. This is the cool thing about science. You observe how things happen. You predict why you think those things happen. And then you might do a little research, do some more thinking, and then you figure it out. Eventually, as your teacher, I can tell you the science behind these things. But for now, do a little research. Look online for some of these things. See if you can find an explanation for why these things happen the way they do. It's all science, and science is cool. Thanks for watching. I'll be in touch soon, and there'll be some other assignments coming soon. Thank you. Oh, let me stop the recording. I'll see you again soon. Thanks.